Okay, moving on to the next phase of this madness, because suddenly began to attract the attention of the law, became more or less a part of my everyday life, that suddenly knocks on the door, and in the stair house there are two cops opening up with a question like, "How are you?" Which is usually a polite nonsense phrase, form thing, and you're supposed to reply with something comparable, rather neutral and formal. But in this case, this really was not what they were aiming for. They meant it very much more literal. Are you sure about that? Am I sure about what? Are you sure you're okay? Well, yes. I think I'm rather sure. Do you have someone to talk to? Someone to talk to. Why? Why are we discussing this? We're just checking. We just care about you. Okay, fine. But please just let me know, what is this about? If you like to, we can give you a ride to the hospital. No, really, no. I don't think so. Are you sure about that? I mean, wouldn't hurt, will it? I mean, nothing to be ashamed of, really. There are so many people feeling bad these days. Well, yes, there are. So please go and help one of those in that case. Shouldn't you come with us after all? No, I know very well what healthcare is, and if I would be suffering from something, if I was feeling in some way sick, I believe I'd make them a call. I wouldn't, either way, I wouldn't be sitting here waiting for the cops to escort me to the hospital. May perhaps feel a bit awkward to call a psychiatry. In this situation, yes, but if there would actually be a problem, I don't believe getting myself healthcare would be that. I don't think it will feel so awkward. That more like the natural thing to do. But maybe you're not aware. Maybe I'm not aware. Then how are we supposed to figure that out? but just come with us, and then you can have a chat with the doctor. No, really, really, and I try to explain that so far I haven't had any mental health problems whatsoever. Never been depressed or anything, and there's not anything in. There's no heredity or anything else. Are you onto something? Onto what substances? Yeah, are you onto substances? Yeah, and looking for symptoms. Think your mouth sounds a bit dry. Something with your eyes, or you're shaky, or you're apathetic, or it's always the one or the other. No, there is nothing in my blood. Can we be sure you're honest with us? But in fact, you can never be sure. But what do you expect me to answer to this? But you mean that if we went to the hospital now and had you tested, wouldn't appear anything? I'm rather sure that the test wouldn't show anything. Oh, okay. But you know where to find us if you change your mind. Yeah, believe me, I really do. I'm perfectly aware. Just I wouldn't be calling the cops to get the ride. I can get myself there. The thing is that this really is a bit more concrete than just having sensing that so some subtle vibrations. Please help me. I think people are talking about me. Yes, people are talking about me. Someone or a few. No idea how many or who they may be, exactly what they are saying, but apparently rumors are set into motion about substance abuse and mental health issues, and there might be even more. In any case, someone is talking about me, not addressing me personally. And this is a bit unpleasant and also very serious, because just expressing suspicions is almost like being guilty, because it's always assumed that people don't do things without a reason, do they? Well, actually, no. There are always reasons to everything. Question is just, what is the reason? But this becomes irrelevant. The only thing that really matters is someone has said, and that itself becomes reason to suspect. And some notes are written, and someone will read that note next time. It's happened before. He's been suspected for drug abuse, or he seems to have some stuff with his mind that he doesn't seem to be aware of. This is a bit bothersome too, because it's in the very nature of it, mental conditions, especially as not specified. It's just feeling bad, and then might be more or less anything, and more or less anything is in practice more or less everything. Everything can be theoretically possible, and therefore, until otherwise proven, must also be assumed. And having come that far, it's more or less treated as hard facts. When things have come to this stage, then it really is out of control, because it's like blowing a dandelion. Thousands of seeds carried away by the wind, and they land somewhere, and new dandelions with hundreds of seeds each, and at some point this circle will be completed, and the infection has gone all the way and come back, and by then it's not necessarily recognizable to the person who blew that first dandelion. It's just a confirmation. Yeah, that's what I said all the time. And at that stage, when it evidently is the truth, fact, then it's suddenly very much more allowed to speak openly. Not being aware that this field of dandelions is a result of that single one that you blew the seeds of a few weeks ago. It has been confirmed, and then it's a solid problem, and it's not only allowed to speak openly, it becomes more or less a social duty.